see why people. I cannot see why people are like they are. I just can't see it. That's just, I mean, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's why me and Grandma went and got the damn shots. I'm waiting on that field shotgun. We're gonna go get it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I ain't had it. I don't want it. That's the reason I take these shots. That's the reason I get my flu shot. That's all and stuff like that. Well, you can get it and get over it. You may and may not. It's well, how bad you can get, how bad you can get it. There's a different strength out there between so many people. When some people get it, didn't make it. Some people have been in the hospital for a damn 6-7 months and they got lingering effects. Some people got it mild and got lingering effects. Some people got it mild and don't make having effects, but they say it's in there and down the road they're gonna find out. So in other words, I don't want that. I don't want it. I didn't even really like to eat at restaurants to start with before any shit come out because I know how people are. They go take a shit, just come straight out of the commode and not even wash your hands or fixing your food. Well, guess what? You get sick of it and stuff like that. Everybody don't shit, but once the first few meals they start fixing with it, then people are going to get sick because they got pathogens, they got germs on stuff like that.
Right.
There's so much shit going on around here. I know people that's so mean, and I know for a fact that they ain't lying about it. They work Kentucky Fried Chicken place like that. Somebody come back about griping about something like that. They go back and fix their food and spit all over it and all that stuff like that. And some people in Kentucky and wipe their ass with chicken, drumstick and stuff like that and stick it back in the pot. See, they're assholes. They're people like that and stuff like that. People do stuff like that, but people don't believe that. They don't believe that. And just like AIDS started coming in the late 70s, here pretty bad. That's when it started coming in. They started saying, well, we can't have a witch hunt here. We can't have a witch hunt here. It's like there's basically some African fucked a green monkey. That's what it's from. And then everybody buttholes on everybody and stuff like that. And he got scattered quick. But anyhow, the whole deal of it is, there's one doctor got up there, and that was questioning this one doctor, because everybody else was trying to downplay this today. But everything, they didn't want everybody to go crazy. Because back then, these epidemics coming in, these people
let's get that slip space bomb on board. 6?
This your guy did said, she was asking her what she said, well, you don't do this and don't do that, you use protection, all that stuff like it. He said, well, what about saliva? And she said, what about saliva? He said, what if somebody's got AIDS, which was accidentally saliva on your food or something like that? He said, could there be a problem with that? She said, well, saliva's got blood. And that's how you get it, blood. And boy, that was it. They jerked her ass off. She never come back. They replaced her real quick. So that's what I'm saying. The people are fixing your food, they're talking, they're slobbering over top of it. How come your daddy don't even like to be around this? He don't want her around his food. Because she's in there talking, slobber's coming out of her mouth and all this stuff like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Used to, every person working a food place had to go get a health card, they had to have a TB test, and they had to wear hairnets and stuff like that. They had, and all this, they had to pass all this stuff. Guess what? If you got a big restaurant, you're working 50 people, you're the owner or the manager, or you're the only one that's got to go have a certified health license. And they don't wear hairnets anymore. Nobody gets tested for TB or any disease.
Wait, so you're like, when you go out, you're like the only one wearing a mask, right? You see?
Right now, me and Grandma just about is. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people out here and they've not said this.
So you don't think you've gotten COVID yet?
Do what?
So you don't think you've gotten COVID yet?
I know I go, yeah. No.
Yeah. So you're good so far. You've never contracted it, so you. I mean, obviously you're doing something right there, right?
Well, yeah, we got 4 shots. We got 4 shots, and we'll take still shot just like this one. Anything, they're not going to give you shit that's going to hurt you. I can tell you right now, they are not going to do that. Like everybody thinks they are. That's a bunch of bullshit and stuff like that. And some people have a bad reaction out of it, I'm sure. Some people take an acid and have a bad reaction out of it. Some take the apple pills and have a bad reaction out of it. It's just what it is.
Well, it's just, I don't know. I feel like since I got COVID twice, my body's kind of able to handle it. So I don't really see the benefit in.
Now, this will shock you, but line see, you got the knowledge, you got to get with companies like that because they pay people and they pay Pfizer.
Gotta get to the board, gawh.
Copy that. Get your fire team to the bridge. The Corvette's refueling run with the super carrier will have to
Pfizer is
get
number
manually.
they'll shot for everybody.
5.
Also,
stay with
it's
the bomb.
got the vaccine in that
My
they'll shot
pleasure.
for
Hear that,
previous
Lieutenant?
stuff.
Copy over
You know,
my
they get
lonesome back here.
1 shot, 2
Make it
shots,
quick,
3
would ya?
shots, 4 shots. It's supposed to have all that stuff in it, protection from the other. Because what happens is, you get a germ, it's labeled this particular germ. You try to start getting everybody vaccinated, but guess what? Everybody don't get vaccinated. They don't believe it, blah, 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 all that crap like that. So they get it, and then they transfer it to somebody else, and the germ, kind of like the super bacteria now, you know, it's a super bug, stuff like that. It's mutilated. It just keeps mutilating.
Mutating?
It keeps mutilating it because everybody don't get the damn shots when they post it.
Yeah, it probably keeps mutating till it keeps infecting everyone eventually, right?
What I'm saying is, it should be, this is the way it should be. Period. No president, no governor, no lieutenant governor, no senator, ain't none of them some bitches doctors. None of them are scientists. This is the way
Well, I am, so I kind of know what's going on here.
you may say you don't have the credentials for it.
Well, why would I need the credentials if I already know the science behind it?
So these people in
Oh.
the World Health Organization and our health organization in the United States are there for one reason. They've been there for one reason forever. To help us with anything that comes in and starts harming us and stuff like that. And when something comes in and starts harming us, they start trying to get something other to kill it and do stuff with it or to help with it and stuff like that. And then it becomes a problem. And then you got your governors, you got your senators like Ted Cruz, for example, and all these other son of bitches that don't know their ass in the whole around. That shouldn't even be a senator. But anyhow, all these people know more than what doctors know. They're kind of like Trump. They know more than anybody knows about this. It's all bullshit, it's a hoax, and all that stuff like that. But yet, you know what? Everyone in somebody's got them shots. Ted Cruz got his shot. Trump got his shot. They all got their goddamn shots. But they're trying to make a macho, you know, like, well, they run it down. They run it down. It's a hoax. It's a bullshit. It's a Democrat deal. That's what Trump said about all that. It's a hoax. It's a Democrat bullshit. They're trying to steal my election. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. You're trying to do that and all that stuff like that. Democrats hatched this up and all that. Well, it didn't. The son of a bitch was told in the United States Military Intelligence Division it was a problem. They'd already picked up in their CIA shit over there in China to start with, and was notified the Pentagon. The Pentagon notified him. He don't shut your mouth and say nothing more about it. He don't be involved in his politics, see, and all that stuff like that. So anyhow, they knew it was coming way to hell for this and all that stuff like that. But anyhow, that's what this war for. Help do is for all that stuff like that. It's to protect us. That's what it's for. And stuff like that. And these people, that's their job. That's what they're trained for. And I'm going to take the damn medicine because they do research on it and all that stuff like that. I'm going to take the medicine. If it makes me sick, then it just makes me sick. I'll be one of them that just didn't agree with. But you know what? Like I told you, I know blue cools of people that took this personally. I don't know none of us got sick. They have like you go get a shot, it's going to swell up. You may feel a little bad that day, but then the next day you're okay. That's bad, but that's been going on for years with any kind of flu shot, pneumonia shot, you name it. It's been going on forever and stuff like that. But anyhow, and so I'm going to take them shots. That's just the way it is. If them shots, if we didn't have this medicine, these shots, if a bunch of people dead today, they could have, if it was alive today, it wouldn't have been dead a long time ago and stuff like that. It's just what it is. That's what they're for. That's what the flu shot. Well, you can still get the flu if you get the flu shot. Yes, you can. But you know what? If you get the flu shot, you won't get the flu as bad got very, very strong immune systems and they get the flu. They don't get down like some people do, but the majority of the people get down sick. But there's people out there that's got a strong immune system and stuff like that, and they don't get that sick when they get something like that. And that's a bit, and stuff like that. That's just the way it is. It won't always be like that. But you know what? Why do you ever get sick that sick? If you're drinking beer and you know you keep drinking, you're gonna vomit your guts out. You're gonna feel bad and sick and everything. Hey, why not just stop right now or just set it now? From this going on, don't drink. Don't be like. Don't try to be a macho man there that people think it is.
Yeah, well, I guess just do what you can handle with, and I don't know. I was able to handle COVID each time I got it, so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, but then I got over it, and then so I learned how to get over it.
That's what I'm saying. It got you, and I'm for sure you today, y'all go like, you didn't get no full hit on it. I tell you, y'all, what if y'all picked up, you got light.
Well, yeah, because we were able to handle it a little bit better than some people.
You can still get it. Me and Grandpa just got 4 shots, we still get it. Just like Tom's girlfriend, Laura, she got it. But she had got her shots and everything. She didn't have it bad, stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. That's what the shots are for. There's no bunch of bullets going to just cure everything. We don't have it yet. But I mean, and all this stuff is to help like that. And what's a big deal? I mean, shit, come on. Just because we got a president says it's a hoax, we got a senator says it's a hoax, and they're no, they're just hypocrites. They're hypocrites. They preach one thing and go behind your back and do something else. They're the people that goes to church on Sunday. Forgive me my sins today and what I've done. More money, I'm gonna start all back over again. I'll be back in church Sunday morning. Ask for forgiveness. They're hypocrites. That's hypocrites. Hypocrites are people that tell you you shouldn't do that. This is why you shouldn't do that, blah, 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 stuff like that. They go right around just as soon as you leave, they start doing it. They're hypocrites. They're all hypocrites.
Yeah, some people are just like that, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just like it was on television here. A 10-year-old
Distance is
girl.
closing on this pleasantly fueling track with the Covenant
This
Supercarrier.
older man
76
and old
seconds
guy
to enter.
raped, 10 years old,
It's gonna be like that.
and now the state she was living in,
Well,
this is
I've
some of
got
these
good news and
so-called
bad news.
Christian people.
This bird took some fire and a plastic invoice toast, which means the only way off the slag heap is gravity.
I don't care if
And the
it's a
good
10-year-old
news?
girl.
That was the
If
good
somebody
news.
rapes
The
her,
current
it's God's
velocity,
will that she
53
has
seconds
that
to
baby
enter.
here and her raise that baby. But now we're not going to help her once that
Bad
10-year-old
news
girl
is,
has that baby.
time is fried.
We're not
But
going
I'll
to
have to
help
fire
her
it manually.
raise that
That's a
baby.
one-way
We don't
trip.
believe free handouts.
Okay, well, what do you think about, like, artificial wombs?
You need that down
Just
there.
act like you're a Republican Party.
Listen,
Then we're not going to
Rich
do no
is gonna get
handouts.
to
They
you.
don't
Time is
Republican
gonna
Party
do
will
it
give
for you.
don't.
Hey, Grandpa.
Something like this.
What?
What do you think about, like, artificial wombs if they were able to take it out of the... It's kind of like aborting, but, like, not killing it, and just putting it in a vat, I guess, which raises it just as well.
Anyhow.
Well, no, you don't think that's a good idea, though? Go...
No, let me finish this. They're gonna know what the girl needs an abortion, and the son of a bitch who screwed her needs to be locked up. Period. That's it. So that's what that justice. That's what it should go down. So anyhow, this girl has to go out of state because that state she lives in said that even if her will put you in the penitentiary, those will get away. They done got the law passed, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So anyhow, so this girl goes out of state. Then you got your governors. It's not doctors. You got your senators. It's not doctors. They don't know shit. They claim they know everything, but they don't. And they've already seen how Trump gets up there and blows his mouth and makes stuff.
Slip space rupture detected. 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 Slip space rupture detected.
And they go get these sonograms and these, see how it's going and everything like that. And the doctor told her, said, we got a problem. And she said, what's that? And I think I forget, she was 4 months pregnant or something like that, somewhere in that here. Said, we got a problem. Said, it's showing that the baby don't have all of his head. As far as the skull's missing. And she said, what does that mean? He said, the baby's going to die when he's born. After he's born, he's not going to live. And she looked at the doctor and said, I'm not carrying this baby to bury it. I'm not going to do that. He said, I don't blame you. And he said, but you know, and it's illegal in Louisiana. Said you have to leave this state and try to go somewhere else. Well, they got a hold of this now, and she went and had an abortion because it's like she still does. I mean, who in their right mind? You talking about evil? You talking about evil? Now, if you couldn't do nothing about it in a different situation,
Well, what if you could do something about it?
You want something evil and cruel to know there's something wrong with the baby, and the baby's gonna be handicapped from the day it's born to the day it dies, and a burden on everybody in the world. And if that baby could say, hey, I don't want to live like this, just end me right now, that baby would say that, because nobody wants to live like that, because it's a shame, and stuff like that. So she went and had an abortion. And now the law was trying to do something with it. And she didn't have it there. She went to state where it's legal. But you're a resident here, so our hands going to reach and get you back over there somewhere. You know? It's bullshit. It's hypocrites. It's preachers that you know, and these preachers up here, these preachers like old Joe folks down here in Houston down here, and a big preacher down there, and all that stuff. Like when they had the flood down there, there's rats trying to see if they could use that big, and it's a huge church. If they could use the church for them people to come in as refugees, no, hell no. He don't want them people in his church. He shut doors. He wouldn't have them, and all that stuff like that. But that son of a bitch has got an $80 million yacht sitting off Houston out there. $80 million yacht. Well, now I would just say, I'm not a big time going to church. No, I do know some stuff about the church. Jesus Christ was a person that believed in helping the poor people. He helped the poor people.
I think that's what I'm doing. I'm following his word.
So that's what Jesus Christ done, and that's what God done too, and stuff like that. The poor people and the people that needed help. Olson down there, he's another hypocrite. What I'm trying to say. He's
Well, look.
using these people.
Okay,
He's using these people.
if I can help the poor people and I can help the rich people at the same time and help them help each other, I don't see what's wrong with that, right?
It's not as long as you take care of yourself.
Well, yeah. So if I whistleblow everything and then
If you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of yourself? That's just that simple.
God, if I follow God's word, then like God would take care of me, right? Is that how the Bible works?
There's different ways of taking care of you. You can be taken care of living cardboard box, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's different ways of being taken care of. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say, you take care of yourself. Don't let yourself get in a position where you're a bum and don't have nothing. And I'm just telling you right that and just something else there. You know, Biden, he passed that deal. We're trying to get that deal passed where he's going to not try to get these kids and people to go to these college like you and Shane and Justin get $10,000 knocked off their deal, you know, payment, you know what I mean? Debt relief fund, $10,000 off that you owe, like Uncle Tommy. He's borrowing money from the government to get to go to college. Well, the Biden is trying to get this deal. I think they passed it, anyhow, they're trying to pass it, but anyhow, they're going to forgive $10,000 as a deal on everybody who went to college and stuff like that, that owed money from college and stuff like that. Well, that old green girl that's some senator or something like that, she's raising all kinds of hell about it. You got that old boy that's got it went off and screwed them teenage girls, that they've got him under indictment. He's raising all kinds of hell about it. And another Republican up there is raising all kinds of hell about it. Now get this, that old green gal, when we had the COVID-19 come in, you could go get borrowed money and stuff like that, and I had to pay it back. She got over $200,000. That other son of a bitch I'm talking about, he got 800 or 900 million, 900,000 or something like that. And that one governor, they didn't need it. They're rich to start with, but they got it. Did you know? And they're driving about these kids getting $10,000, and people get $10,000 knocked off their debt for their college and stuff like that. They're hypocrites. Did you know the football player was the one that retired? You know, then come back. What's his name? Who played for 49, quarterback 49ers.
No, I don't know who you're...
One just won Super Bowl. One just won Super Bowl.
I'm not up to with the times here.
He filed because he's got some kind of little rinky-dink business. He's the highest paying football player there is. Anyhow, he worth billions. He's rich. He got $6 million from the government and didn't have to pay nothing back on this one. It's a deal about the businesses. See, they're hypocrites, man. They're all hypocrites. You got these people out here that insurance. You know what insurance is on your car, okay? It's got all that and stuff like that, and they're just raising all kinds of hell. The reason the insurance is high is somebody following an insurance. They're taking advantage of it. I've heard people say that all my life, and then just as soon and they run everybody down that's following on the insurance. Well, that's what you're buying it for. That's what you got insurance for in case something happens. Anyhow, but they will run, raise hell, and put everybody down if doing that. But just as soon as something happens, then, boy, they jump on top of it. They're hypocrites. See? They're just hypocrites.
Hey.
Right, let me ask this question. You're making all the money you're making. You're making money, stuff like that. Are you paying for your apartment rent?
Yes, I am.
Your daddy's not having to do it?
No, he's not having to do it.
Huh?
I said no, he's not having to do it.
And what about your car insurance and your phone?
I pay that to him every month on the 15th usually.
Okay, so you're paying for your phone, you're paying for your car insurance and the phone, and you're buying your own groceries and everything.
Well, yeah, I don't... You say take care of yourself, but then I'm already taken care of, so it's like...
Well, I'm just asking you because, in other words, you know, that's some of the stuff I'm talking about. In other words, you got to take care of yourself. Regardless of what you're doing, telling people and doing things like that, you just have to take care of yourself regardless because or either being doing stuff that people are paying you money for and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it works. If you do something that someone likes, they pay you money for it.
Yeah. So, you know. But anyhow, you know. But that's basically where I'm at on everything. I think I told you just might be some other stuff. That's my opinion on everything. And you know, as far as this world coming in, nobody knows when it's coming in. A lot of people predict this, predict that. Nobody knows until it happens. Ain't one person knows what's coming.
I think I know when the world, as you know, is coming to an end, and it's pretty soon. And it's actually not going to end the way you think it is. It's going to end once the United States of America, its people, find out what was in those documents. And until then, the world does not end. That's why I keep telling everyone, watch the news, press this upon, you know, the courts to unredact those affidavits.
Shane, if we did not have policing, if we didn't have no order, so to speak, what do you think would be going on right now?
Well, what do you mean? Like, if you said the United States Marshals earlier could just escort him to where, like, they could. Well, isn't this like pretty dire in your mind? Like, you say he needs to be in jail, right? So why don't we just like look at the evidence?
Well, they've got it. I mean, they've already told enough. They've already.
Well, yeah. So they just might as well do like a immediate trial and live or stream it.
They need to go ahead and arrest him, go ahead and book him, and they need to go ahead and charge him. Let's get this trial running. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that should happen sooner rather than later. Well, yeah. So they need to find him and escort him to where they would have this trial, where they would review all this
Well,
evidence.
no, what happens is, because he got, he's a multi-millionaire. He's not like me and you. He ain't got a lot of stuff. He don't even have to get a bail bond. You know what a bail bond is. He don't have to do that. He got plenty of damn money. In other words, basically, first thing I do is go arrest him, charge him. He'll be booked in, and then there'll be a bond set, a hearing, and he can make bond and get out until the court date comes up. He's got plenty of money to do that. But that means the procedure is started. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the law. That's the way it works. Now, if he's done something, if he's a flight risk, which he could leave anytime he wants to, he's got 5 kids.
I mean, I guess you could technically say he's a flight risk. Technically they could take him, just escort him right now. They could technically I'm pretty sure by law they could do this right now.
Oh yeah, there ain't no question about it. Right now they can do it. And the reason, and see, that's the reason a lot of people about that Garland, justice, in other words, justice, in other words, attorney. That's the reason they can't understand why he hasn't ordered this. They don't know. Well, and see, Trump was the reason he didn't make the Supreme Court, and he don't want anybody to think this is get back at him. He don't want him whatever. The son of a bitch broke the law. The president, nobody is the way it's supposed to be. Our Constitution. There is nobody. We have laws. They're there for a reason, and they have worked forever. There is nobody supposed to be above the law. Period. It don't make any difference who you are. That's just like policemen. Did you see what just happened in Arkansas on news?
What?
These two deputy sheriffs. And you know who the sheriffs are there. You know the difference between a policeman and a sheriff's department, and a highway patrol, and all that stuff. You know what the difference is there, don't you? There they are. Policemen's work for the city, like the city of Plymouth. You got city police, they're Plymouth police officers. Then you got Tarrant County, Denton County is sheriff's department. The sheriff is over everything in that county. You got the started off low man on the stick, city police. Next man's over him is the sheriff's department. They're the sheriff. They're the man over the whole county. Plymouth and all of it, Denton, all of it, and all that. That's what the sheriff's departments are. Now, state troopers, highway patrol, state troopers, they're the next higher law. They over all the state of Texas, period. They don't make a damn word of that. They're state troopers. And then you got the Texas Rangers, which is above them. That's the way it runs. Then you got the governor. That's it. That's the way law runs right there. Okay. So, in other words, basically, if a city police, if they corrupt, the sheriff's department come in, and if they don't do it, state troopers come in, and the rangers come in and shut that son of a bitch down, period. You know, take over, in other words. That's the way the law works. But anyhow, that was going with the story.
Well, I mean, we were just agreeing that they could just take him in right now if they wanted to.
Yeah. So basically, they just need to go arrest him because he's clearly broke so many laws. It's unreal, and stuff like that. But anyhow, that's what the law is for. That's what our Constitution is for. That's what everything's for. In other words, basically, it's a deal, and say the Constitution forbids our military. And I'm talking about not the National Guard, but our military, like United States Marines, United States Army, and that like that, from coming in and attacking us and and taking over us.
Right. So why? Yeah. So why would they?
Okay. So that say Trump wrote that right off the bat up there in Washington when he went over and done that. He broke the laws many times unreal. But anyhow.
How did he break the law though? I said, how did he break the law though?
He wanted to go over and have that press conference over there. People was out there protesting. He had the military, the general had his troops go over and get them out of there. smoke them out with smoke bombs and all that stuff. Didn't you see that on television?
Yeah, but I mean, I just figured out. Well, no, I figured out it was kind of staged. So like, at least the inside part of the where that person got shot, that part was staged.
No, it wasn't staged.
Why not?
He
No,
he
there's
wanted to
literally a
go-
video that shows it being staged.
Yeah. But anyhow, in other words, he done that. They broke federal law right there. That's one of them. And which he broke so many federal laws and stuff with them. And no reason he wasn't in penitentiary on account of he's a sitting president.
Well,
But
hey,
anyhow,
Grandpa, I have to go now in a little bit. So I didn't know how long you went to talk.
well, all right. So anyhow, yeah, anyhow, basically what we've been doing now is trying to get everything back. Running got dusty, the whole 9 yards cost us a damn fortune to do this. We had to charge it and all that stuff like that. So anyhow, so so your mom and daddy moved. What town is it now?
They're in Denton technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're on a very very nice side of Denton.
Oh, back toward Dustin over there.
Yes.
And how long they been over there?
I mean, they just kind of moved in a few days ago.
Yeah, they do. No, say they didn't tell us, and you know.
Well, even Mom said she wanted to call y'all, but she felt like y'all were too busy. So maybe you could call her.
We're not calling her. I mean,
Why?
I didn't tell her that.
Well, you're like, man, no one tells us anything, but then you don't call.
Well, the reason they don't is because, in other words, okay, for example, that apartment they moved in over there, across from you.
Yep.
He didn't want to tell Grandma. Grandma asked her, so what's the address? And he didn't want to tell her. He didn't want to
Because
tell her.
he didn't want y'all to get onto him about his plan not coming to fruition about him moving
He
into.
didn't want to tell her. Just a second. The reason he didn't want to tell her is because he knows. Now your daddy knows we ain't these people that sits on the front porch and rocking and cheer that don't even know what day it is or what the hell what's happening. You know, them kind of people. We know what's going on. We're kind of up to date on a lot of this stuff. But anyhow, he knows that first thing we're gonna say. Why did you move there? I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, he just doesn't want to deal with it because he has more important things to do.
Very expensive, 1-bedroom apartment. Very expensive. And because your daddy and mama is who your daddy is anyhow. I'll tell you right now, he's one of these type of people that he wants to be an upper crust. You know what I'm saying? He wants, you understand what that? He wants to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, he makes a lot of money, so it just makes sense.
He's kind of like Bruce. He's kind of like Bruce. In other words, Bruce goes out here and out here and out away from his house, and he portrays himself as somebody. You know what I'm saying? As somebody who just use that for example. As somebody, and he ain't really. He's just a regular person.
Hey, Grandpa, I really have to go. At this point, I really have to go at this point, so I didn't know you were gonna like go into the whole.
Well, all right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.